Why should I even bother checking out other cases for the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra when it comes shipped with the probably best case ever here in the black version with the Pura logo and very nice cutouts and very nice fit. Now, the reason is simple, because I dropped this thing already 2 times and I dropped it even so hard that I had to get rid of the screen protector because it was broken. And you can see here the dip on the side where there was the impact on the ground. So it protected this stuff, but it wouldn't protect the screen because it was like completely broken here. So yeah, it is an issue. It is slippery as hell. That's the main issue. If you grab it like this, well, it doesn't feel so slippery, but because of the sides being so rounded, but not as large as the whole phone is, because I want to make it like, yeah, easy to swipe your finger over here, it is like grippy. No, not really. It's just falling out of my hands very often, and this is why I was looking for an alternative. And you can see here already a bit of an alternative. All of them here under 10 euros, because I did not want to spend more than 10 euros, and you should not spend more than 10 euros for a case that is a cheap plastic or silicon TPU kind of case. Leather might be something different there. There might be some more expensive options available, but all of them I ordered here from Amazon, and I wanted to have the quickest possible way for shipment, which usually means not shipping from China, but directly in store somewhere. And this is why I chose those here. And you can see already that even though the description said different names to them, I'll just put this one here maybe on the bottom. 3 of them look almost exactly the same from afar. And actually they are. Actually, I suspect they come all from the same factory, from the same branding. And by the way, this is the Pura 80 Ultra. It's gorgeous black leather. And naked. Very, very grippable. Very nice. Will not slip out of the hand naked. But I don't want to have it naked, because if it falls on the ground, this will break. And yeah, let's go from left to right, and I tell you what I like, what I don't like about those. So the left one here is the first one. This is a fake leather one. You can see already it has a bit of texture and grip there, but it's way less than what the ad made it out to be. There's a bit of a text there, code, and then something else there. And there's this like signature kind of button. It's not doing anything. It's just like for decoration probably. You can see in contrast to the official case, which is a large opening here, this one has a protector even for the rest there. I was not so fond of those here in the past, because they usually tend not to always be very accurate and sometimes block the laser autofocus or something. So autofocus was a bit bad, but I tested this already out with this one and it's not. So it is a good case. So this is how you put it on, and this is how it will look like. It feels already more substantial because it is way thicker than this edge. So you see here already. It's a way thicker one. So it's sticking over the display. So you have like definitely the feeling that you are not touching the display here, but the case. Where this is like, extra like this, so you can feel the display, but it making it less grippable, where this is more grippable, and I'm not afraid of letting it fall down. So it doesn't have only the protection on the side, like we have here, the raised lips on the side, but it also has all over the place the raised lips, even towards the sides a little bit more, so it can protect the screen a little bit better. And screen protectors on top, and then you are good to go. The back, nice cut out, as you see here. Everything is cut out nicely without blocking anything, as far as I'm aware. You can of course check it out in a bit more detail. Is there something else here on the decor? I don't think so. All the holes for microphones and all the autofocus things are put somewhere else, so this is not an issue. If you put it on, you will see that it is a bit more chunky, and we have not a whole opening here. We just have a small opening for the fingerprint reader here and the power button, which is a bit, because it is so thick, a bit deep, I have to say. Locking is not a problem, but what I think as an issue is if you have gestures enabled, will be a bit hard. Like taking a shot, yes, it's still working, but like the swipe gestures, probably would work as well, but it's not the best for that. And what I really don't like is the volume rocker here. In this case in particular, it's very stiff. So I have to really press down there, and it's like very mushy. It's not only stiff, but it's like very, very mushy feeling when you, when you touch it and when you try to adjust the volume. Lanyard strap you can attach here if you want to. Really large opening there. This is a complete opening here, so dust might fall in here. Very large opening here, so that also the microphone is not blocked. We have the typical test that we can perform here with one of my cables, which is this cable to my SSD that I usually use. And does it fit in? That's the big question. And barely. It just fits in, but it would work, I think, in detecting the... This is like, because this is like a proper USB-C cable. And I use this all the time to transfer over my data on my external card, external SSD, because it is a bit easier. So maybe leave the cable here and we will check out the next case, because this case here, the rest is like cutouts like are nice, even here on the top, like speaker and infrared, no issues. Oh, let's check out the next one. This here, by the way, is a hard case. Has this like leather texture, and the sides are a bit more flimsy, a bit more rubbery, which helps with the grip. But here, this is hard plastic. Then let's come to the next one. Link in description, by the way, if you are interested in this one. There, the code something case. This one here, Top Me, I think they're called. This is a TPU case, as you see here. But this looks very cool. No branding at all. Side to side, no branding at all. Has the protection also for the decor. No branding inside. Very nice, very clean one. And reminds me a little bit of what Xiaomi usually puts in. Xiaomi has a branding there, but it reminds me a little bit of this one. From the feeling here, it feels even less grippy than the original case, I have to say. But it's a TPU case. So let's put it on. First of all, it's from the thickness level, you would expect it maybe to be even thicker than this one here, but that's not the case. And I already feel that it feels very, very nice. And it feels grippy. It's not feeling out of the hand. Why? Because this here is a little bit chunkier and thicker, and the curved, here you can see it also, it's curved. See it? Curved. And this here, it's making it flat. So if you don't like the curved design, you want to have it flat, which helps with the grippiness tremendously. This case is very, very good. This is like taking it to the extreme, because the curve is like, and then it stops. So it's very hard to grip here if you want to take photos and videos and fall down. This one here probably will not fall down so much and has nice protection because it's TPU. This is, I think, also the bit more advanced kind of case in terms of like adjustability to the device itself. First of all, fingerprint reader, nice cutout. It's not too deep. They made it like, you can see, because it's like so thin in comparison to here, where here you have like a big, and then there's a hole. This is like gradually going down. So a very nice feel. You don't have the feeling that you're pressing into a hole or something like this. It's very nice in terms of feel. So it means like also your gestures, swipe gestures, if you use it for camera control, is working pretty nicely, and also taking shots or something like this, no issues at all with this one here. And the same goes because we don't have a hard plastic basically, but TPU. Pressing the volume buttons feels almost like the original one. Very tactile, very clicky, not too hard, not too mushy. So very, very interesting. This here, I can directly tell you, the best case for the Pura 80 Ultra, in my opinion. Even though it's TPU, I know some prefer hard plastic, but this I like the most. But let's check out the next one, and then we come to something that is interesting, because this one here basically looks a lot like this one. Yeah, because if you take a look at the inside, it is basically the same. Even with the same kind of pattern, the same kind of engraving, the only thing that changed, instead of this fake leather that they put on here, they put on like a fake carbon fiber on here. That's the whole difference between those two. But there is another difference a little bit. Maybe it's the case, maybe it's, I don't know, the quality control of this one. It's a little bit, yeah, you see everything the same. Still the rubber kind of feet. It's the same kind of case, same manufacturer, probably just put like a different kind of thing there. The cutout's also pretty deep. I think it's the same kind of cutout, but maybe slightly adjusted. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe slightly adjusted. Anyway, I have the feeling that this one is not so deep than the other one. So maybe it's just quality control issues or something like this. So this one here with swiping is a bit easier. And also with taking the shots, I have the feeling it's a bit larger and a bit easier to do. But where this here, sometimes when I press the key, this one is very flimsy, you can see here. This one, I didn't have it like, it's not so flimsy, it's a bit harder. So this is, I think, a small but fine difference between those two there. And when it comes to the volume buttons here, pressing up and down, it's still very stiff and hard, but it's not as mushy as this one here. So I'm not sure what they did with the keys. I think it's a bit of a different, maybe a bit of a different kind of plastic tolerance there that they use, what makes it a little bit easier. But this here is far better for pressing, I have to say. This is a bit hard still to press. But this is nice to feel. It feels nice. It's not as grippy as the fake leather one. The fake leather one is, I think, the grippiest of all them all. On the back, it's just like, could hold it like this, probably. This one, not so much. It's a bit more grippy than this for sure. This is like the least grippiest, but this one is the most secure, I think, in my hand. But it's still good. And yeah, then last but not least, we come to the basically the same, because this one here, maybe there's a bit of quality control difference, but for me it looks completely the same, even though it was a different name. You can see inside here as well, same branding, same thing. It's same plastic here, same plastic, hard plastic here. By the way, hard plastic here, yes. Hard plastic here, of course, as well. It's the same material. Here it is also hard. There is a bit of, this is soft here, but here it's very hard. So I think it is still TPU, so they didn't put plastic in there, but it's a bit of harder TPU for sure. Yeah, like I said, basically identical. Not much of a difference between those two there. You can see it is identical. There's no, like, yeah, this may be a bit flimsier here again. This is a bit harder. Maybe quality control differences between those two. Opening here, the same big opening. You can see they have all those cases here have this large opening for the speaker. I think even the original one has it, maybe a slightly bit thinner. Sure, no, I think there's a large opening there. The only one that put some mesh in is this one here. So you can see we have a bit of mesh, which might be easier, better for the dust and lint to go out. All of them have a lanyard strap. Yeah, and I have to say, if I have to rate them now, which one I would rate number one, it would be definitely this one here. It reminds me of the my beloved Xiaomi cases there, the original Xiaomi cases even, that I really, really like. And it gives you the most grip, because this one is not so much curved and has like a little bit brighter here, and it's like almost flat sitting here, which gives it the best grip. I have to say, yes, it looks nice, the rounded edges there, and it feels nice in the hand, a bit slimmer. But practicality wise, I think the new flat edges makes a bit more sense, just because it's like not falling out of your hand. So this is the one that I take for sure as my main one for now, because I think this is like the one that, yeah, feels the best in the hand right now. Nice cutouts everywhere. I like also this, not a whole huge hole opening just like those here have, but like a little bit of cutout for the microphone. When we test out the famous USB Type-C thing, it goes in easily. Fits nicely, and because this is TPU, you can see it is pressing in a little bit, so the hole is maybe a bit too small there. But here the hole is large enough. No, it has the same issue there. Maybe, yeah. So anyway, this is the one case that I would take number one here, because I like this material here, TPU material, and the volume buttons are the easiest to press. Sometimes I press them, and this here feels like unobtrusive, where this here feels more obtrusive, but this is giving you the second class here, second spot basically, in terms of gives you more grip. And then this one here, yeah, and this one basically because they're identical, last place in this case. So these are my rankings here. This here actually should be, design wise, it should be top, But practicality wise, yes, it's nice to swipe and so on because you don't have, but it's like, no, it's too flimsy. It will fall out. Even if it's hard plastic here, maybe a bit better plastic than those here. If they would make this here, at least not plastic, but like a little bit of rubber and really make it a bit thicker, why not? Yeah, like I said, and this is like completely open, you see. Easy then to plug in, but I don't like this case too much. Huawei case is looking nice, but practicality wise, it's probably last place here because it is falling out of my hand. This one is the one that I will take. I will link it down below as number 1. This one as number 2, and this one as 3 and 4, or 3 basically, because the same. And yeah, if you're interested in this one, if you want to give a like, subscribe. Until the next time for more content on the Huawei Pura 80 Ultra.